Hi. So we're finally back with the intended plan, though. The intended plan that long ago. Oh, how long was that ago when I intended to do this stream? How long was that ago? That was what? What, 2 weeks ago? Oh my god. It was literally 2 weeks ago when this stream was supposed to happen, though. I was planning to stream Reverse 1999 and continue with the story, though, but on that day I was stuck in traffic, so I couldn't get home in time, and by the time I got home it was already midnight, so I was like, I don't think it's worth, like, doing a stream when I'm already 2 hours late, so... yeah. We're finally back, though. How are you guys doing, though? How are you guys doing? I'm doing well myself, and yeah, though. Although something apparently did happen with, like, my Streamlabs, so I kind of had to, like, reset a couple things, redo a couple things as well, though. But it should all be okay, though. Although the game screens may look a little funky. No, game screens may look a little funny, though. But yeah, though, we're planning to keep going through the story, though. And hopefully, the plan hopefully is to be able to complete chapter 5 today. That's the plan, that's the goal. Will I be able to get that? I don't know, but maybe I'll be able to, though. Maybe I will, though. So, with all of that said, let's see if this works right here. Let me try this. Move here, and if I... Okay, it still works, that's good. And the sound thing is still always really weird, though, with Reverse. Alright. I'm gonna have to keep doing, like, soundtracks for Reverse, though, just to make sure that everything on it is working right. No. Oh. Aww. Aww. In the most wholesome way, Villa is mother. Villa is mother, though. In the most wholesome way, I mean that, though. No, but yeah, I did do a couple things off camera. For starters, no, I mean, it's been a good while since I last streamed Reverse 1999, though, so... yeah, I got some characters to Inside 3. I got some to Inside 3. I got 6 and Cornbloom right here. Although, I only have 6 as resonance leveled. I don't have Cornblooms, though. So, yeah, I'll have to farm that later on, though. No, and, I also got Villa, yeah. Yeah, I pulled for her. I did a couple polls, though. I didn't do that many, though. But I didn't do that many polls. I only did, like, I think, like, 20 or something polls? No? I still have a good amount. I still have a good amount of polls saved up, though. 125. That's still a good amount. So yeah, though. I did that, though. I got Villa and a couple more characters, though. I got a couple more, though. I'm still looking in on, like, what Voyager and all of, like, some of these other characters do as well. No, but, yeah. There's that I did off camera, though. No, nothing too crazy, I feel like, though. But with... oh, yeah. And also, one more thing. I went through all of this already, though. So, yeah. Oh my god, Villa, are you just gonna sing every single time I open there? You're just gonna sing. Alright, though. Alright, let's keep moving, though. Let's keep moving. So, last time we left off, we were... Convergent Birds. This was when... Yeah. This was when, I was, 37 was, like, talking about, like, the Manus people and how, like, they couldn't learn math and, like, matrices and stuff like that. And then, like, Sophia had the idea to, like, make them do manual labor instead. No, make them do manual labor instead of trying to learn math. So, and that's what they're kind of doing to Regulus as well, is that they're trying to, like, make Regulus clean up, like, 37's lab, I think, right? Yeah, so I guess we'll start from here, then. No, let's see how much I remember from when I left off, though. Sound the alarm.
What? What am I looking at?
Hmm?
So your so-called sacred project is this gigantic IDM computer?
IDM computer. Hmm? Oh, Regulus inspects the computer like an expert.
I was curious about them during my stay in Laplace. Those later versions of the model are so much better than the 66 ones. But this one doesn't seem that far advanced to those. This is not a junk piece the man has sold you, is it?
Oh.
Items of the phenomenal world are all a waste.
Okay.
This one is long broken. After the emanation, we couldn't find anyone to repair it.
Ah.
Why do you keep referring to the storm as the emanation?
That is a good question, though, because emanation implies like emanation. Emanation. It implies like an abstract but perceivable thing that issues or originates from a source. So it's like this abstract thing that sprouts from something else, though. So like, that's curious on why they call it that, because it seems to be just like reversing time. It doesn't seem to be creating abstract things out of something.
What does the emanation mean?
Yeah.
It is the waves of Numa.
He's Numa.
We are the expellees of the world of forms. We were banished to this damp and dark cave.
Expellees.
Everyone here is obsessed with the fake light on the wall, but forgets to look for the truth.
Fake light on the wall. Yo, hi Huben, how are you doing? How are you doing though? It's good to see you here. It's good to see you. No. How have you been? We're finally continuing Reverse 1999 story. I'm finally continuing it though. No. On the fake light on the wall, but forgets to look for the truth. Good, certainly. No problems. It's no worries. No worries. No.
Numa, however, will lead us to escape the cave and return to a more supreme realm.
Numa's capitalized. Is it? This Numa is capitalized, but this one isn't. So what exactly are they referring to as Numa? Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. No, I'm doing well. No. And also, I have quite a few, like, exciting things coming up, so yeah, I'll be talking about that at the end of the stream, though. I have quite a few exciting things coming up.
Eh? You make it sound like we're living in piles of rubbish.
Maybe because it's the first word in the sentence. I forgot that was a thing, I'll be honest. Maybe I'm overthinking literally everything. I tend to overthink everything, though. No, the day you make sound like we're living in piles of rubbish. No.
Of course not.
Oh?
If you ask me, I'd say you have absolutely no idea how wonderful the outside world is. Because you have never left here to try it yourself.
That's true, but it feels like she is... Cause like... Cause like, we see with like the case of like Sonetto being like... Sonetto and Verton being like sheltered and like we see how like they respond to the rest of the world though. What makes you think that 37 might respond a little different? So you have a mother.
Dr. Pepper, the music festivals, Rory Storm, the Hollies, and the Rolling Stones.
Okay.
There are too many to count.
Okay, some good
If it
artists.
weren't for this sick storm, I would still be riding a motorcycle in one of those races in London.
She doesn't know what a motorcycle is or what London is. I feel like.
Your soul must be pretty contaminated.
Yep. Into one ear and out the other. Consuming much brain rot related to that specific subject of you have a mother. Do you have a mother? So you have a mother then. No.
And the computer, they can calculate extremely large numbers within seconds, better than hundreds of thousands of you combined together.
That's actually true though. One of the first ever like computation computers was able to solve a problem that would have taken a normal human around 2.5 years actually. Though what would have taken 2.5 years to solve was solved in a matter of like an hour. No. 37's against consumerism. No. But yeah, though, modern day computers are basically capable of this now, though, which is kind of insane.
In the case of numbers, it's not the bigger the better.
It's the more accurate, the better, I think. Right?
Also, this computer has never played a useful part in our study.
Oh? How so? How so?
Come on, mate. You people just leave it in a cave. It's like sending an infant to the kitchen and waiting for it to bring you dinner.
That's an analogy. That's certainly a comparison, Regulus.
Never mind, you'll see what I mean after I fix it.
Oh? Wait. Oh yeah, because Regulus is probably familiar with like recording software and computers then, maybe. Or like fairly primitive computers that were, and like all like the old recording software stuff though. What was it? She's from the 80s, so when were like 8-track tapes a thing though? From the mid, yeah, she would have been familiar with 8-track cartridges. She would have been familiar. So yeah, she would be familiar with that. She's not recent enough to know what like a VHS is though. VHS or like cassettes. No. Regulus murmurs as she gets down to the ground and crawls closer to the computer.
Can you fix an IDM, Regulus?
Can she? Or is she just gonna smack it and hope that it fixes it?
No, but I've seen the Laplace people do it. Shouldn't
Oh,
be
no.
too difficult, I assume.
Regulus? Regulus, whatever you do, please do not, okay? As someone who has built their own computer, please do not do something like that if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. As someone who has built their own computer, though, please, I beg you, do not tamper with it if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Let her cook. I don't know, though. I feel like the dinner she'll produce won't be good. She can't. She's like, she can cook, but will it be good? I don't think so. She can fix it as long as she's screaming. Oh. The ... is never a good sign.
Oh, the dust!
Oh.
When was the last time you sent
Oh my
people down
god.
to clean?
The change in the portrait, though.
Oh, some critters are nesting here.
Eh?
Did I break into your party?
Eh? They're critters. I don't think that computer is salvageable anymore. At least not without like a deep clean. At least.
Bertin,
Oh.
come give me a hand. They won't let me touch them.
Oh. Right, fight scene. Yep. All right. Let's see how this goes then. You know what? Let's try.
We make an ideal team.
Let's try this though.
Just as what's been practiced countless times.
Let's just try. These are the... Alright. Let's just try Villa, though. Since I haven't, like, tried her extensively. I haven't given her a full extensive, like, a run yet.
Finally, some interesting work.
Alright. Alright, though.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
Let's-
Moment of utterance.
Let's
The
get
moment
this
of
going,
silence.
then.
Talking out calms people down.
Benefit from
And
reading
hopefully now that, like, a lot of, like, my,
till the torch is lit.
a lot of my characters are leveled, I won't be spending forever just, like, fighting, though. Hopefully. That's the hope, at least, though.
The moment of utterance.
I will remember your sacrifice.
Alright.
I hear something.
Benefit from reading.
No.
Keep up the pace. Radio waves are everywhere.
Alright.
Everywhere.
Stay
Almost done
balanced.
with here, though. Almost done with the first wave. And it's already going a lot, like, better than, like, before. Looks mighty fine. Yeah, it does, though. It does. It does, but, like, the only thing that's, like, it's kind of lacking is, like, actual, like, strong DPS, though. Other than 6 and, like, Cornbloom's ultimate, though. Like, their ultimates, they do pretty good damage, but, like, in terms of, like, just, like, their normal cards, it's not gonna be, like, amazing, though.
The moment of silence.
I hear something. Oh?
So, like, I'm kind of lacking, like, just, like, a soul DPS, sort of, though. Because I have, like, 2, like, buffers who can all... 2, like, buff and debuffers who also, like, are really good... Who also, like, do, like, who also happen to do, like, decent, like, damage as well. I think that's, like, the state that's, like, it's currently in, though. I don't have anything for there yet, though, so...
I admire your courage.
I
Alright.
hear something. Talking out calms people down.
Sharp fangs.
Agents have guns. It's called common
Alright.
sense. Retreat.
And from here...
What? I can't make the call?
Don't worry.
Do we have... Okay, we're still fine.
The moment
Debuff.
of utterance.
We should
This...
listen to what people say.
This, since we don't have any of that yet,
Silence.
so... But yeah, all of these fights should go a lot faster, though, so we can go through story a lot more. We can go through a lot more story, which is good.
Agents have guns. It's called common sense.
And it's kind of what I'm hoping as well, though.
Hey, I'm the support staff.
Alright.
We share
From
the same
here...
dream.
Time for
There.
tongues to speak of truth.
I mean,
The moment
6s
of
are
utterance.
only damage right now, but... I guess...
Time for tongues to
No,
speak
it's
of
fine.
truth.
Same dream.
We'll prep
The moment
Cornbloom
of
for the
silence.
next turn. We'll prep it.
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
Yeah, since we only have like one attack here, though.
To a brighter future for everyone.
Oh my god, her ult is so pretty, though. It's so
We
pretty.
walk in long nights.
Alright, we're in this state. So from here... There it is. There it is. So from here... Give it to 6 so we can
Moment of
buff
utterance.
better.
Whose
Debuff,
heart is beating so loud?
The
debuff.
moment of silence.
And then... Yeah, that won't be enough to
Until the
finish
torch
it,
is
though.
lit.
That's fine. But like next turn we'll
Talking
finish
out
it.
calms people down.
Benefit from reading.
Yeah. God, though.
I hear something.
Alright.
The moment
It
of
doesn't
utterance.
matter. Okay, it doesn't
will
matter
remember
which
your
order.
sacrifice.
Because this one...
Agents have guns.
You have anything to do
It's
tomorrow?
called common
I don't think so. But I do have something planned on Sunday,
Our
though.
dream, comrade.
I do have something planned for Sunday, though. Mostly because it's a pretty special day for me. Green numbers appear on the screen. Oh. After getting rid of the parasitic pests, the dusty behemoth begins to miraculously return to life. Shouldn't level up so much with the inclusion of full body art in themselves. Yeah. Yeah, cause like we see like some of the like older like ultimates though from day one characters though compared to like more like recent ones though they're a lot better. So yeah.
You fixed it.
No. Is it actually fixed, or did you just manage to get it to power on? Because there's a difference between it powering on and it actually being fixed. There's a difference.
It's great to have you clean the laboratory, Regulus. Your floating point immediately reduced.
Oh? Floating point... Huh.
Oh, is that a compliment? Sounds like one to me. Thank you.
It's a wordplay, Captain. Infinity minus any numbers still equals to infinity.
Oh.
Fine, fine.
Wow,
I should have given up
Apple.
the idea of changing your eccentric sorting system a long time ago.
Oh my god, though. Apple, you didn't have to ruin it for Regulus. You could have left her thinking like, hey, I did a good job. 37 likes me now. You could have just left it at that, though.
What's the meaning of humans inventing computers if these machines were only left here for some critters to nest in?
Thanks to you, now we can have a look at the previous models, Regulus. But it's a pity since it only has the data before 2003. Everything in the past 4 years has gone missing.
Before 2003, everything... Oh, right, because, they think it's like 2030 something, whatever. Right. No, 2007, then. Yeah, they think it's like 2007, right. 37's fingers are dancing over the keyboard. She seems surprisingly familiar with operating this computer.
This is our chronology, Vertin.
No?
From 1999 to 2007, the emanation has taken place 7 times.
Oh. 1999 to... Oh, yeah, the 4 years here are completely erased.
In the initial 4 years, the emanation has a pattern. First, it brought us back to the 90s, then the 80s, and then the 70s. After that, it suddenly leaped to the 30s. In the subsequent 3 years, it took place twice.
3 years it took place twice.
Every record here can perfectly match what is in the Foundation's files.
Oh, so it is actually accurate then.
Wait. These are the records before 2003, you say? But this one refers to the storm in 1966, which happened recently.
Oh.
These are indeed the records before 2003.
So their idea of what time takes place in what? Okay. Ah. So like it's essentially asking, they're essentially disagreeing on like when this time took place.
What's following the records is our forecast.
That's to say, you prophesied the 1966 storm 4 years prior to its occurrence.
Huh.
How is this possible?
I mean, is there like a clear pattern to it though? Because like we have it here and then it suddenly leaped to the 30s and the subsequent took place twice. The initial 4 years. And then 3 years later it takes place twice.
That you are clever enough to develop such a precise mathematical model, while at the same time you just let the IDM become the home of these critters.
We just worked out the patterns in the number sequences.
You made such precise prediction even without leaving the island. That's incredible.
Interesting. So they're just so are they just using the computer as like data storage then, as just like a place to keep records? Because it's clear they know how to like develop these functions to predict this kind of stuff though. 37's lips curl unhappily. Huh?
You don't need to go into a river to find out the pattern of its flow. Moreover, we would send people to observe in the phenomenal world. My mother was one of them.
So you have a mother!
She is the co-author of this model. Nobody knows this computer better than her.
Oh. But you have a mother! What has Reverse 1999 done to me, though? Anyone referring to their mother? No. So you have a mother! What has this game done to me?
So you have a mother too?
There it is! There's the line.
2?
2?
37. Where is your mother now?
Oh?
Like many people, she was restored to her true form. Since then, I took over this laboratory.
Yeah, so she has a mother too! Oh?
The form, you said. 37? What is it?
What kind of question is this?
Hmm? She tilts her head, looking genuinely confused.
The form, or the essence, is what's left of you after all the fakeness has been peeled off.
Oh. Who? Who? Cutscene? Whoa, 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 whoa. No! Let me ponder about that more. Let me think about that more. A page torn from the machine maintenance log, creased from having been repeatedly unfolded and folded. November 8th. Shut down for 30 minutes. Added. Shut down. Equipment anomalies. Replace punch number cards. Oh my, right, this is like such an archaic machine where they use like where they punched holes into paper to do that. Right. I'm gonna place my meter. Maintenance records. Equipment. Nope. Normal. This is throughout 12 days. Alright. Oh, we're back here. We got Sophia and Sonetto. No, the empty ship. It returned as scheduled, yet empty-handed. It. What exactly is it referring to? It. What is it? Oh.
Now we are listening to the New Year collection.
Oh, Miss Radio, what's up?
The world-famous painting Mona Lisa was found and returned to Musée du Louvre in the afternoon of December 13th.
Okay. Of what year?
The U.S. Congress passed the Federal Reserve Act on December 23rd, formally establishing the Federal Reserve System.
Federal Reserve Act, that was like, what, that was like right before World War I, right? Federal Reserve Act? Shit. Yeah. Yeah, the Federal Reserve Act passed. Yeah, so. Damn, these are really old. These are very old. These are pretty old news, Miss Radio.
The conflict between Austria-Hungary and Serbia has escalated. Bulgaria challenged the Bucharest Peace Treaty. Tension is building up over the Balkan Peninsula.
Yep, this is World War I era. No, this is World War I area, though, between Austria-Hungary and Serbia.
In London, futurists gathered under Big Ben, celebrating the upcoming 1914.
This is news of the outside world?
So does that mean a storm took place that brought them to like right before World War I happened? Sonetto puts Miss Radio to her ears, paying full attention to the unfamiliar news. After the snatches of news, when the channel knob has been turned to the right end, a familiar voice comes out. Oh?
Well, I am with Sophia. Arcana's still in the hall. She hasn't taken any action so far. Got it. Please keep an eye on the Manus followers. Be mindful of the restrictions set by the Bangle. Who are you talking to?
Oh, Sonetto immediately hides Miss Radio behind her. Oh my god. Oh my god, she... Is she using Miss Radio as like a walkie-talkie? No! She's using Miss... Wait, so that means Lilia has a way to broadcast radio waves that Miss Radio can receive. And vice versa? Miss Radio can broadcast that as well? Or I guess like nearcast is a more accurate term though, but okay. So
just checking up on Lilia.
Please stay vigilant during the patrol.
Oh.
This is the last place we need to check.
This is a rather eerie place though. On the white soft beach, there are several geometrical bodies in different shapes. Some have sunk deep in the sand, while others are still standing unyieldingly. How do these shapes form, though? Because something like that is like usually something like that is that straight that is like that like precise is usually like man-made for the most part. Though for the most part, there are some other like materials that would just like naturally form really straight edges, though. But like there aren't many of those. I feel like just like a minimalist art exhibition.
Our dead deserve to be left in peace and undisturbed by the phenomenal world.
Oh, so do they use like the shapes as like Sophia gets down on one knee before a cone-shaped body, dusting it meticulously. They need free reign and front to clean this beach. Hey, we need some mages though. Clean this beach up really fast. Though, yeah, since they can literally just like lift up pretty much almost anything with their magic.
Miss Sophia, you said this is the graveyard?
Her hand quivers a little. Oh, don't tell me Sonetto's like believes in like all like the urban legends of graveyards or something. Because we see her being scared of like all sorts of like urban legends and like bedtime stories. She is still scared of that though. Don't tell me Sonetto's scared now.
Yes, the geometry graveyard it is called. 4 years ago, my father was restored to a geometric body on his way back to the island. So was 37's mother, who was also on that ship.
Oh?
Why are you crying, Sophia?
Oh my god! She's small! She's small! 37's small! She's so little! She's head pat size. She's like head pat size now.
I was wrong. We calculated it wrong, 37.
Oh.
We miscalculated the impacted area of the emanation. We thought the ships would be safe in the Gorgon current, but the safe area is in fact 5 degrees away.
Oh.
When the emanation happened, the bow of their ship had just entered the safe area. But it was too late.
Oh no.
My dad is gone. So is your mom.
No. Oh, so that's what she means by peeling off the fakeness. The form is the geometry. I want to make a joke about low poly models, but I don't think that this is the right time. I wouldn't make a joke about that, no. Since a model's most primitive form and most base form is just polygons. No. It's just very simple polygons of squares and of just like squares and spheroids.
I know. Why are you crying?
You're so small. She's so small. Oh. Oh. That's huh. Huh.
My mom and your dad have come back to us, right?
Have come back. Do you call this coming back? Like this? In the form of geometric bodies? Cold and silent? Being pushed to the shore?
37 frowns, looking confused. But then, the corner of her lips turn up. Aww. As usual, she works out the answer within seconds. Swift and precise.
No. They have gone somewhere further. Look at them. These geometric bodies. How pure and how elegant.
And how, like, very, like, meticulously shaped they are as well.
I've never seen such perfect geometric bodies before. If they are not from the eternal and transcendental world of forms, how should we explain this?
37?
I'm going to study the emanation, Sophia. This is the best chance ever. The transcendental world finally opens its door to us. We will reach our hands to the forms and explore the oldest and eternal laws. Will you help me, Sophia?
Aww, she's being like a big sister. She's being like a big sister to Sophia. That's really sweet.
Next time I will definitely make a better calculation. I promise.
Aww. Waves lap against the beach. In the fine sand, the geometrical shapes are bathed unyieldingly in the moonlight. Despite the endless tides, they maintain their form, never eroded nor washed away by time. Interesting. An eternal monument. Sophia lowers her head, as if trying to cut herself out of a miserable memory.
Thank you for assisting 37 with her research, Sneto.
No, I didn't do anything. Timekeeper knows the storm better.
You have helped us greatly by just coming onto this island.
Is their ability to come to this island is like proof about something then?
For all this time, 37 has been locked up in the laboratory, refusing to talk to anyone, nor participate in any group study. Since the 2-day emanation in 1929. It is you who helped her revive her interest in other affairs in Apiron.
Oh.
These are Timekeeper's contributions. I barely did anything.
Sophia smiles bitterly and looks away.
I can't help 37. Because I don't see the charm of numbers. I lack the perception that an integer should have.
Oh.
That's why I can't see my own number.
The number's charm? Sorry, I have never thought about this. For me, Arcanum is my inborn mission. If you ask me, you are an unbelievably excellent Arcanist. You can flatten the ground, clean up the beach, and rectify errors. You did it in an efficient and precise manner, which is already an advanced ritual.
Any students who have sworn to knowledge can do this easily. They aren't doing my job because they wish not to waste time on these trivial fragments of the phenomenal world. Because they have seen the truth.
Oh. What's up? Where are we now?
The phenomenal world is never complete. Like you can never draw a perfect circle there.
That's pretty true. You can't draw a perfect circle, though. Well, humans can't draw a perfect circle, though. In theory... Actually, no, computers can't draw a perfect circle either, since they are confined to, the resolution they have. No. Putting these two together in a scene is proper, seems like they do. Doubt about themselves.
No matter how much time you spend on it or how sophisticated your device is, it is impossible to draw a perfect circle in the phenomenal world. Arrows always exist. The floating points after the decimal can be reduced, but not destroyed. The perfect circle only exists in the abstract transcendental world. Of course, anyone in the world can find out the value of pi through the most primitive method.
But you'll never find the exact value of pi,
Egyptians,
though.
Greeks, Chinese, and Babylonians. They have all tried. They made circles with twine, painted on the ground with twigs, or measured the land with cubit rods. But none of them actually drew a perfect circle. However different their practices were, they found out the sole truth. The approximate value of pi.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of large-scale calculations, though, you only need pi up to, like, the 4th decimal place for it to be good enough. In most cases, though. Since beyond that, though, the decimal points and their values are the changes in them are so little, they are virtually almost, like, negligible.
Because the essence of the circle is hiding in the imperfect manifestation of it.
The essence of the circle is hiding. Huh.
This is the truth. It is eternal, unchanged, pure, and transcendent. Anyone can reach out to it at any time, in any place, by any means, and everyone will get the same answer from it. The forms transcend all matters.
Form transcends all matters. Her gaze is firm but distant.
The world of matters we live in is being flooded and destroyed by the tides of Numa. When the tides recede, what is left on the beach is the essence.
This doesn't sound right.
I mean, the things that I'm trying to, like, understand this all, and it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense in the terms of, like, standard universe laws, though. For the most part, I mean, I guess it kind of does. I don't know, it's
Let me
weird.
think. How come your theory reminds me of the Manus doctrine?
What is left is their most basic and bare form. It's been flooded to destroy the tides. Now, when the storm is over, what is left is their most basic forms.
37. We see the storm very differently. Among all the other things, we saw it first of all as a disaster.
Interesting. So they also... so they see it as a sort of salvation towards, like, a higher level of existence, then.
But earthquakes, floods, volcanic eruptions, these are also disasters.
So what... That does raise a good question, though. What is the difference between these phenomenons and the storm? Because the storm clearly does not have, like... is not bound by standard laws of matter.
These catastrophic events happen not because they have a reason to destroy. They just happen in this world. Like we do.
They don't have a reason to destroy, but they are caused by certain things that happen within the world. So, they just happen in this world.
This is what my mother taught me. She must be proud that she's a perfect geometric body now.
The difference between these two, though. Vertin looks all sad and gloomy, and then 37's like, I figured it. We're at 37's like, I figured it out.
I'm sorry for mentioning your mother.
No! The way... Oh, right, because, I mean, 37 frowns. I think she's happy that her mother is in that state, though, because she believes that her mother is existing on a higher plane, or, like, a more perfect, like, plane of existence, I guess, is a more accurate way of what she's trying to think of it.
Why do you apologize, Furton? Are you feeling guilty? This is a very unusual feeling for a number like you.
To be fair, she is 0, which is a very unique integer in that is a very unique integer that is neither positive nor negative, which you guys have established do have significance in your role in society. So I don't think you should be surprised. Interesting.
I don't get it. Why did you say my number is 0?
That's also a good question. I mean, according to like according to 210, he said that 0 is the origin, though, not changing. 0 is the origin, the sort of like basis that like never changes. No. That's what he said. No. Which like does hold truth in that Vertin doesn't change when the storm passes. No. Outside the cave, caves cannot shield the rain, nor can paper manuscripts. I think discussion on being, I think Vertin apologized to sort of dodge continuing down the discussion, and her being guilty is based on Vertin's personal experience with the storm so far, which is oh. Oh. Right. That happened. That happened. Interesting though. Being guilty. No. Continuing down the discussion. Think more about it. Outside the cave.
I just saw it.
Saw what?
The numbers of everything and every being would just emerge in front of me.
Huh? Are you... Huh?
I see it, and I speak it out loud. That's it.
So we're just literally picking up from where we left off then. Okay.
210 told me numbers imply our fate.
"37 frowns more deeply. Oh.
Don't believe him, Vertin. Numbers are just numbers. I know nothing about fate. Fine. I don't think I like 210. And the feeling goes both ways for us.
Wait, so 210 and 37 have beef with each other? I mean, I guess there was the entire, like, debate thing that happened about, like, Sonetto's, like, Sonetto, like, talking in the hall, and, like, that entire trial thing, which 210 tried to, like, was, like, on, like, the persecution side, though. I guess.
Because I once said he is a poor number. 210 equals 2 times 3 times 5 times 7. He is the product of all prime numbers between 1 and 10.
Why? What would make him a poor... You yourself are a prime number. 37, you're a prime number. What makes you different? Is it because he's just the product? Though?
Looks like he has it all, but he doesn't have any real forte. He likes to sugarcoat himself with metaphors. Only those with a flawed essence would adore the trickery of words.
So, adore the...
This is indeed an extreme comment.
Yeah, because so far both of them, based off of what we know and how they interpret the world, they both have like they both have a pretty decent basis for what they believe in.
And 6 is no better. Every leader of a Piron has been a 6. 6 is the perfect number since it equals the sum of all its proper divisors. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. But this number has been overrated. He's not that special.
I mean, it's that, but he's also like the product of all of... He's also, yeah. Some of its divisor, yeah. Yeah, so that's the same thing. 37's on a dissing rampage. Girl's gonna drop a diss track soon on roasting everyone on Apiron, though. Girl's gonna drop a diss track, though, saying why she's the best prime number. When technically there are larger prime numbers, even within 3 digits.
What about your number? What does 37 mean?
You yourself are a prime number, but...
I don't know.
Huh. She purses her lips.
I am 37. I've known it since I was born. So does everyone else.
Did we just are we causing her to have an existential crisis now? Did we just asked one question and now she's questioning her existence? Did we just do that?
People told me what it means. But I have never tried to prove their theory. I know very little of fate. So I always think, even if I find out their essences, does it mean I have known them better?
37 once tried to tell me my number.
No. Sophia takes a deep breath.
She wrote it down and put it into a bottle, but I couldn't get up the courage to open it. I didn't want to know. I once made a horrible mistake. An unforgivable miscalculation. It makes me worried that I may also be a mistake. So I threw the bottle into the sea.
She stops her patrol and turns back briskly.
This is how 37 is different from us. We are all prisoners of that cave. Only the wise one can find her way out of the cave and return to rescue the rest of us.
The art, yeah, it's gorgeous, though. It's always beautiful, though. And like something I've noticed is that like the way they do like line art, though. The lines are incredibly thin to the point where it looks like you're just drawing with just patches of color, though. And this is like a consistent thing in Reverse 1999's like art style, though, is that there aren't too many clear like visible like black lines, though, or any like line arts, though. Or like it's fairly rare in like places where it's not like clearly like contoured or like there to like define like a shape. To define something, though. The lines are incredibly thin to the point where you don't even see them usually. No.
I'm the ignorant prisoner who sits, and she's the wise one who returns. I will be crushed into dust by the truth, while she will be the star shining above it.
Oh. Yes, she heard the fable, but never quite like this version. The red-haired girl lets out a sigh, raises her gaze out above the sea at the twinkling night sky.
The truth is like the stars in the night sky. Beautiful, but cold.
Stars are not cold. For the most part, stars are not cold. They are usually burning, which is why they emit light.
It has been there long before my existence.
But I guess we don't
stay that
feel the
way
heat
long
from that,
after I'm
though.
gone.
Same. Been long.
It sheds no tears for the weak, nor laments the tragic fate. It's forever bright, and always moving forward.
Sheds in tear.
The person who avoids the truth is not qualified to study it. I'm sorry. My interpretation has been emotional.
I mean, most arcanists are rather emotional, though.
No. I think I kind of know how you feel, Miss Sophia. However unworthy you think you are, there must be something we can do. Maybe we can't reach the core of the truth, but we can clean up the path to it for the future explorers. This is our fate.
I mean, that's kind of Sonetto's job right now, though. Is that she's like a path cleaner for Timekeepers, sort of.
Interesting insight. I have come to understand why 37 likes you so much. Let us go back to work then.
Brace the side
Start
character
dusting
role.
the tombstones.
Yeah. I mean, side characters are needed, though, for a usually interesting story, though. You can't just have the main character solve everything, though. That just proves the main character is that just shows that the main character can do everything on their own, which isn't a very realistic main character or hero.
Alright, I've had enough of these Sol Numa-related idle topics.
Oh. What's Regulus trying to stir up now? What is she trying to stir up?
I want to have a look at your model. Wow, seriously? How did you get this far?
Regulus eagerly pokes her head over, but 37 is faster. She has switched off the computer swiftly. Oh?
This model has been proven wrong.
Huh.
For 4 whole years we had been optimizing it. But the emanation in 1929 only lasted for 2 days, which means our calculation was entirely a failure. That model is just like this computer. It's a piece of junk. And this is all I can present to you.
I mean, you can still use that model as a sort of basis and alter it to, like, fit it, though. Right? And you can keep trying to run with that until, like, it's proven wrong. 37 drops her head, looking sad.
No, it's not junk. I think I know why your model didn't work.
What?
Manus Vindictae has changed history. They accelerated history, forcing historical events to happen earlier than they were supposed to. Thus, the storm in 1929 occurred sooner than it should.
No way.
Oh. 37 stares at her in astonishment. Her shoulders shiver.
Controlling the emanation. Changing the history of the outside world.
How could they be able to do... I mean, changing history sort of... That makes sense, I guess, and how they're doing that, but, like, controlling the storm is still... Is it that it's... This is occurred. Occurred sooner than it should, so the storm is tied to historical events then, right? Is it tied to historical events or disturbances in history?
Numa is eternal and transcendental. It won't obey any orders given from the phenomenal world. Neither will it change its patterns because of some fragments.
Won't obey any orders given from world, so if this is the current belief, does that mean they have one who is within that transcendental plane then? Don't change its patterns because of fragments.
I'm telling the truth, 37. I've been there, in the storm of 1929. Your model was not wrong. You just missed some key information. You've never been to the place where the storm falls, and thus know nothing about the symptoms of the storm syndrome and the true purposes of Manus Vindictae.
No! That's impossible! Even if there are means to control the emanation, it wouldn't be like this.
So, Manus Vindictae rushes the stock market and crashes. Yeah, they do. They try to rush it though, cause the normal stock market crash happened in October, but this one happened on but the one they caused was in Valentine's Day, which is a full 8 months earlier. That's roughly 8 months earlier. So yeah. Control the emanation wouldn't be like this unless.
If this is true, does it mean the phenomenal world, this insignificant phenomenal world, is more transcendental?
Or it's more linked to it though and influences it more. Cause there are different ways to think. You can think of them as like individual planes, but you can also think of them as like planes that are dependent on each other as well. Sort of.
Mother's model was defeated by this?
I mean, have they ever... Cause I think they're under the assumption that this transcendental trait is completely independent of the phenomenal world. She holds herself with a pale face as if making a tough decision. Eventually she speaks up again with great difficulty.
Vertin, could you give us proof?
Oh?
The proof that Manus Vindictae accelerated history and triggered the emanation.
I swear I wasn't lying.
Is there solid proof somewhere? I mean, there might be something in the suitcase. There could be something in the suitcase that might determine it. I'm not sure.
No, not like this. To prove it in front of a Piron.
Piron. Wait, because to prove in front of a Piron, that is to be able to prove it, to prove that your theory works within the logic of theirs, because they don't rely on like material things though. I feel like
to a sacred place, to the hall of truth, in the depths of the cave. There, everyone can see the essence of the world. I beg you, give them your proof, just like how we submit the proof of our soul number.
Alright. What's here? Alright, what does Miss Narrator have to say for us?
Come here. Place your hand on it.
What?
Feel the texture. The craft is one of a kind, not some cheapie you can get from the flea market.
What are we touching? What are we touching?
I mean it. This is a Kelium, and even the most traditional, delicate, and expensive kind. It has applied fiery red as the dominant color, and the stitches are perfectly neat. Oh.
I didn't expect the narrator to make that sound. Where does it come from?
From the sea, just like you, darling.
Uh-huh.
It arrived with a meerschaum pipe, a glass jar, a pack of sugar cubes, and a child in panic.
Glass jar, a pack of sugar cubes, and a child in panic.
Both she and the Kelium were born on the land where the craft originated. Their appearances apply the same dominant color, and the patterns in them share similar complexity.
Who is the child?
Oh, your curiosity is aroused. But we are not done with the carpets yet. You've always got to get a souvenir or two every time you reach a new place. So you will have something to show when you tell the stories one day, right? Look at these handmade fabrics.
Oh.
How splendid! Those incredible patterns were the only thing on the craftswomen's minds when they made the carpets. It's safe to say they have spent their whole life improving their skills at using the vertical loom. And that's how we get these carpet knots arranged in beautiful lines. But they are just people like us. What if they get distracted? What if the carpet knots go off the right track and get tied to the wrong threads?
Then you messed up. You messed up, or you'll make a new pattern out of it, depending on how you interpret it. You'll make happy little mistakes.
Trouble. Big trouble. All the problems in the universe will come at you, and the situation will be even worse than the bureaucratic system of a millennial empire.
Damn it, damn it, damn it. That's a response. Can we do something to fix it? That's a response, though. That's certainly a response.
I like the pragmatic quality in you. I'm sure it will make your life even more wonderful. The people will be impressed and line up to tackle the problems for you. Oh, don't be mad. Some make troubles and others deal with the troubles. That happens. You know, every question has a questioner when they are raised. Likewise, every error has a corrector when they are corrected. That's how we get to know them.
Them?
The correctors. An ancient profession. Their duty is to remove the loose threads and iron out the wrinkles on the carpets. In the language of this island, that is to check the calculations on the papyri and even the holes on the punched tapes. No one is capable of doing this job except the altruists, because it is similar to unraveling a ball of wool. Besides finding the end of the threads, you must always pay attention to the cats. Yes, the cats.
Why do you always talk in allusion? You always talk in like freaking what? What was the word again? You always talk in like shit. They always talk in like these. Shit, I forgot the word. I'll remember it I'll remember it later.
And she, the red-haired little girl with the carpet in her arms, was overwhelmed at the beginning. Not yet familiar with the ruler, she tried her best to find the end of the threads. So the cats took the opportunity to jump on her together and left countless scratches on that little forehead. Poor girl.
Uh-oh. Opportunity to... Uh-oh.
See, that's the problem every corrector has to deal with. Their job is to correct errors. But what if their own existence is also part of the errors? Oh, it's no big deal. There is more than one loom in this world. She left the complicated patterns behind and came to this simple kingdom featuring numbers only. There she made the first contact with a spinning loom named geometry. She had never seen anything like that before, and it was almost impossible for her to comprehend how it worked. She could hardly convert the numbers on the books into an actual diagram in her brain. Without a whole picture of what she was working on, she resorted to her hard work and more hard work. Then a long time passed, leaving one wound after another on her fingers. Later, the wounds even became calluses. In the end, her hands were no longer tender, but tough enough to resist the damage from the loom. Yes, she has won a place on this island for herself.
I'm happy for her.
Yes, she's a quick learner. She learned even faster than some of the locals. But that was not enough, because she has been outmatched by her playmate, the leading one in the field of mathematics on the island. That girl is like a perfect piece of satin born by nature. It is decorated by the beauty of mathematics and geometry. No manual work involved. In order to reach the showcase where that perfect piece lies, and to stay on the right track and fit into the school, she has done everything she could. But she is still the most distinctive carpet there. Anyone can tell that as long as they spend some time on the island.
It's not wrong to be distinctive.
Of course not. She's only a bit different from others.
Okay.
So she will continue to weave on the loom until one day the spindle pierces her callus and the fire burns everything to the ground.
Oh. That's quite the fate.
I should stop here.
Hmm?
You know that mathematician who was thrown into the sea?
Huh?
He died because he said something he shouldn't have.
I don't know about the mathematician who was thrown into the sea.
Cut not wood on a public road. Open not an unwanted bottle. I don't know what to say next. I guess the best line for this circumstance is, see you later.
For once, they actually leave us with an actual, decent, conversation conclusion. Instead of just leaving us to ponder and wonder on shit. For once, they actually said, alright, that's enough thinking, goodbye. For once, they say that instead of, I don't know. Instead of, I don't know, why don't you think about it? And then it just leaves us. The upstream boat. Where is this in all of... Okay, so this is the cave. This is the cave they were... Okay. Reviews, quick fixes, door-to-door sales, flip to the answer pages, and the porch that can be reached in only one step. Quick fixes. Upstream boat.
Wait a second! Just a second!
Oh my god, the echo. The echo, they actually added that.
Isn't this still the dungeon? Are you setting us up?
All caves are interconnected. This is the way to our sacred place.
37, wait. I remember Sophia once told us that trespassing on the sacred place is a serious crime.
No worries. The restrictions were to help us not be distracted by the unimportant details in life. It would not stop us from seeking the truth.
Oh, excellent. I will tell it to the Abraxas when it shows up.
Huh.
Huh?
What's up? Regulus suddenly stops.
Hey, 37. Are you sure this is the right way? My heart just sank as if I took a bite of those overnight potato chips.
Huh?
Are you scared?
Oh, you wish. But when I was exploring underground with Lilia earlier...
Oh?
We ran into some fog like this one. Oh, it doesn't bring you any wanted guess, mind you.
Maybe you were their target because you are an irrational number.
I mean, does 37 notice the fog? Or does the fog affect her? Or does it affect Verton? Does it? I'm not too sure yet.
Oh, is that so? You integers will be fine then.
Hopefully. Although if that's the case, Regulus, get out of here.
Good luck. Don't beg this pirate for help later.
Guard the entrance or something, please.
Hold there. Something is coming out.
What's up? Oh. That's not a welcoming sound. Several strange figures emerge from the fog, staggering over.
Rooster, a head with two snakes as its feet.
Abraxas.
Abraxas? That's weird. Why are they here?
Yeah.
They're coming for us.
Okay, so they're also after the integers.
What did I say? Don't beg.
Regulus,
Ooh.
prepare for battle.
I'm like, not the poison.
Okay,
Yep.
I know. I was just teasing her.
I mean, at least we have something to purify. At least we have at least I finally have Vila though to purify though and get rid of the poison, which is nice though. That's nice to have. Just dip Regulus. Yeah, get out of there. Everyone's after Regulus though. Regulus whistles and charges towards the enemies with excitement. Oh shit. She's throwing hands. Oh. Huh? An extreme pain comes from the wrist. Oh. The stone bangle, which is radiating burning heat. Uh-oh.
The stone bangle is activated. But they're just Abraxas.
So,
Regulus, wait for their attack. Do not kill them.
What? What kind of request is this?
just
Listen to me, Regulus. That's of prime importance.
Fine. If it is of prime importance, this pirate will try her best.
alright, so... Oh. What caused... What caused that then? Because... Mad Abraxas. Oh. These guys have... Huh. Yep, they still have the poison feather. That's gonna be fun. Alright. This is gonna be fun.
Some interesting work.
Alright. Let's hope that... Yeah. Look at these Abraxas though. They... Yeah, they're like dripping the ooze thing. What happened to these guys?
So loud.
What happened to these guys though?
The moment of utterance. The moment of silence.
Talking out calms people down.
Until the torch is lit.
Oh shit. They look oddly made in Manus like. Yeah, made by Manus Co. My Manus Vindictite Productions. Alright,
The moment of utterance.
I admire your courage. I will remember your
I
sacrifice.
keep trying to prep
Benefit from reading.
all of this though.
For you and for us. Keep up the pace.
And then... Come on. Give it to me so we can purify all of those... Yes.
We share the same dream.
Right? Yeah, this spells all...
We share
Yeah.
the same dream.
So... From there, we can... Alright. Any quick way to do all of this, though? Is there a quick way? We can try to... Yeah, because
We
this
share
will
the
clean
same
off all of that,
The moment of
so...
silence.
Here...
We share the same dream.
Here, clean it off. Actually, we should save that for last then. So, debuff, attack,
I hear something.
and then clean
We
it
share the
off.
same dream.
Benefit from reading.
Bro has so many stacks of poison. Oh my
Brighter
god.
future.
For everyone.
But this should clean it off though, right? It should. Nice. Alright. We got
I'm
it.
the support staff.
Yep, nice. We're in this state, which is good.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
I have this
I hear
one,
something.
and we'll target this
Whose
one.
heart is beating so loud? Talking out calms people down.
Alright. So from here, we can... Yeah. So this will get rid of
The moment of silence.
that.
I
Heal up.
admire your courage.
There, and then... Is that enough? I'm not too sure. I mean, we can always just do this first and have that go
I
in
will
there.
remember your sacrifice.
Then we do
Moment
this.
of utterance.
Talking out calms people down.
For the good of all.
Learn from
Not
silence.
nice.
Hey, I'm the support staff.
Ah,
Hey, I'm the support staff.
Is it enough? Not yet. Not enough yet.
time for
Yes.
tongues
We
to
should
speak
listen
of
to what
truth.
people say.
Yeah, though, we need to get her ult up though pretty quickly. To get
We should listen to what people say.
it says 2 stacks.
Time
So it
for
wouldn't matter
tongues
in
to
the
speak
end.
of truth.
And then
We are like-minded.
there we go.
Secrets always hide in careless words. Listen
Is that enough?
carefully.
It should be enough. Yeah, that will be enough.
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
God
Just
damn.
face.
There, and then from here, it's just
The moment of utterance.
it's just
We share
this,
the same
that,
dreams.
and then
Whose
anything
heart is beating
else.
so loud?
That'll
Brighter
fix it.
future for everyone.
Right? Damn.
Benefit
Yeah.
from reading.
Yeah, 6's damage, although 6 had like the
Power beam
30%
combat.
bonus though. 6 had the 30% bonus from the element thing, the type.
That's it. I still have 10 more songs to play.
These are not the same kind of Abraxas as we've encountered before. Do they have different varieties?
I mean, these ones are definitely very much these ones are definitely very much made by Manus Vindicti.co.
Wait, where is Miss 37?
That's a good question. The answer comes from the distance.
Hey,
Oh.
come on, keep up.
Eh? So she just ran past them,
Did
okay.
she just take off like that while we fought?
She did.
Sneaky little. We should leave two Vert in.
Oh,
Wait a second, Regulus. Do you sense anything familiar in the fog?
huh?
Uh-huh, you bet. This is the first guest room we were put in when we first entered the island.
No, Captain. This apple has the same strange feeling.
Oh?
We saw the rise of Ceres in the same kind of fog. And before that...
Oh yeah, they sprouted an entire ass fucking asteroid from...
That's the same fog as in the Elitiao base.
Oh!
That is to say...
Right.
This fog is the cause of our illusion to see the Ceres and the Abraxas' attack.
So they saw the... So were the Abraxas actually Manus people
Don't
then?
rush to conclusions. Follow 37 first. Oh, and what's that series you were talking about?
Right, Virgin wasn't here for that little episode. Right. But isn't like one of Arcana's like abilities to mess with like the mind and the psyche of people? Cause like we saw that like Vertin, like when she received like the invitation to join Manus, she like accepted it. No, which like usually I don't think that's very in character of Vertin. It's thicker, yet surrounding becoming brighter and brighter. As if there's an invisible light source hidden in the fog.
I just picked up a piece of paper. Like this, just bent over and reached to the ground.
Oh yeah, she caused Vertin to see that entire thing. Right. Just like every time I try to forget that happens, cause like that just fucking hurts to remember. No. Yeah, she was like all in the brain. Regulus bends down and reaches for a flicker of light in the darkness. When she straightens up again, there's a classic manuscript in her hand.
What book is it?
Oh, probably just some math problems left from the critter's breakfast. You never know. Wait, the compound of alchemy. The 12 gates lead into the discovery of the Philosopher's Stone.
Huh?
This is that alchemy handbook given to Edward IV by George Ripley. Why is it here?
Oh no, the fog's making her... The fog's affecting her already. She's high on the fog. Oh no.
Look at this, Captain. Of the Great Stone of the Ancients by Basil Valentine. The 112 books by Geber. Emerald's Tablet in Latin.
The fog's getting to them. Uh-oh. Oh no. They're high on the fog.
There are more ancient texts about alchemy hidden inside the whole. But they are all incomplete.
Oh, so maybe I need to crack some more crossword puzzles to find out about this.
Uh-oh.
Our caves endow people with wisdom.
Huh.
Our secret knowledge is hidden in the silent boulder walls.
Without getting anyone's attention, 37 has gone to the other side of the cave.
The knowledge in those books is just a drop in the ocean. Follow me, Regulus.
What is she... okay. But Regulus puts aside the manuscripts and hesitates.
Vertin, you lot go ahead. Go with 37. I will meet you outside.
What idea did Regulus get? What
You
happened?
want to read these books here?
The knowledge passed down through language can easily be distorted. Compared to the wisdom of a Perron, it's nothing.
No, I'm not going to stay here. I'm going back. Oh, all right. I might as well just admit that your cave indeed has the power to give people insights.
I mean, clearly it does, though, given that, I don't think Regulus would naturally know what some of these things are. Though, alchemy...
If I follow its lead, perhaps I'll finally work out the answer about that little thing I've been carrying with me. Never thought that I'd find the answer here. Easy as picking up a shell on a beach.
37 stops and tilts her head in confusion.
What? You don't want want to get closer to the truth?
Of course I do.
She's probably just doing it in a different way.
And that's precisely why I don't want to get to it so easily.
Oh.
I don't want it to be fed into my brain. Come on, it's the ultimate truth that we're talking about. If someone just tells me the ending of Lord of the Flies before I enjoy the book, I'll throw them into the sea as you people do.
Lord of the Flies. That's a book. That's certainly a book, though. That's certainly a book.
Oh.
Oh? She suddenly smiles.
I only met 2 people who reject the truth.
Oh. Is she also referring to...
So this is the mindset of irrational numbers. I see.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for being my subject of observation, Regulus.
For a comic relief character, Regulus is admirable. Yeah, she is, though. She does have some pretty good qualities, though. Though, for being British, she does have a lot of redeemable qualities. But 37 has walked away.
Go, Vertin. We have a long way ahead.
I mean, my general... This is... Because, like... The things that I kind of understand what Regulus is saying, though, is that, like, if you find the ultimate truth, though... Personally, I would question it, though, and I would try to disprove it. Though.
Be careful, Regulus.
Don't worry, I know this place well enough by now. After all, I've never been so welcomed in any other place ever. Critters, monsters, creatures with strange heads. Do you worse. This pirate is not afraid of you.
This pirate has fought a tentacle monster from the ocean. Some weird monster. Alright. Alright. Okay, turn next to it. Bizarre monsters block the captain's path. More Abraxases. Is it? Yep, it's these guys again. Alright, there. That's it, right?
Finally, some interesting work.
Alright, there's that, and now we just have to...
The moment of silence. The moment of utterance.
I will
start
remember
prepping
your
all of
sacrifice.
this.
Don't be so furious.
Right.
Keep up the pace.
Yeah, because the faster we get Anvila's ultimate, the better.
Don't worry.
The faster we get it.
Retreat! What? I can't make the call?
I admire your courage.
From here...
The moment of silence.
Alright.
Whose heart is beating so loud? For the good of all.
We walk in long nights.
Radio waves are everywhere. Everywhere.
Bro.
Cheer up.
But none of these are... okay. None of these are... Alright, there we go. We got something to work with.
I will remember your sacrifice.
I hear
The
something.
moment of utterance.
Alright, and then next turn we'll have her ult.
Talking out calms people down.
Benefit from
No.
reading.
Hey, I missed the footstep.
Alright, and then from here, ooh. I only have one offensive attack. That's okay, I think. For the most part, I think that's
The
fine.
moment of silence.
Attack, and then purify.
Until the torch is lit.
Agents have guns. It's called common
Attack.
sense.
To a brighter future.
Purify.
for everyone.
God, her ult is always like so pretty though. Especially like how they include like the actual like live 2D, their actual like live 2D as well. Disarm this guy. Alright.
Cheer up.
Alright. Yeah, give this to 6. So
I will remember your sacrifice.
and then from here buff attack.
I hear something.
For you and for us.
Right?
Until the
Yeah,
torch is
so we can have
lit.
the 6 Eureka for the better buffs. Nice. Bro, how many buffs are stacked onto Corn Bloom? Holy shit. Oh my god, though. Alright. Alright, and then from here, I mean, what do I have right now? Oh, Hashin.
We are like-minded.
And then from here?
Moment of silence.
No, because yeah. So
We are like-minded.
from here and then that one has more HP than this one,
What people say.
Sharp fangs.
right?
The scale of your soul has tilted.
All
The
right.
balance needs to be restored.
We have and that's done, and then one more. Is that enough? I don't think so. Yeah, it's not enough. That's fine. All right.
The moment of utterance.
I'll finish it off. That one will finish it off, though.
Learn from silence.
Yep. Nice. Got that. Oh. Hello? Connection? Connection? Okay, we're good. We're okay. We're okay. How much further are we until the next... Alright. I still have a good amount, though. I mean, we had a couple that were just story... Ooh. What is that thing? What is that? The Truth Seeker. Reaching out. We are so close to the answer. Alright.
Up here on the boundless, the beginning of all things. Everything originates from
Oh.
it and returns to it. Infinity has no start and no end. But nothing would come into existence if there's only infinity.
It was very
Look at
pretty.
that curtain.
Oh my god, this is so
Now they are
pretty.
presenting in their true forms.
Bro, can the text stop showing up and like have them like as subtitles? Cause this is... The cave is bright as daytime. Oh my god. The cave is bright as daytime as if for the grand orchestra performance.
Born from the wounds on infinity. When it's cut by finity, the patterns of the cutting are what we call mathematics. Thus, the essences of numbers exist inside all beings, and the patterns of all numbers exist in all matters. The length of a butterfly's wings and its body are in golden ratio. And the plant leaves grow on their stems in the pattern of the Fibonacci spiral. This is the most primitive rhythm of Arcanum. And it is also the beginning of our extraordinary study.
Interesting.
This is the essence.
And how do I submit my proof?
Close your eyes, Vertin.
Oh?
Only when your eyes are closed.
God, this is so
will your
pretty.
mind open up.
So pretty though. That's like a really pretty wallpaper though.
Stay fully concentrated and
Oh.
recall the question you want to verify.
Okay, so from
Only in the absolute contemplation can truth reveal itself to you.
Animation's pretty, but please let me read it. Please let me read the stuff. Close my eyes. Yet the soul is thrilled, celebrated its hard-earned liberty. The body is tossed, falls in eternal silence. Yet the soul is... As it rises higher, it sees farther. It transcends the eternal wheel of birth and rises beyond the continually running wheel of time. From the void to the first existence. From 1 to 2, then to 3. From points to lines, then to planes.
The emanation. The storm syndrome. Where are they from?
Can we please see this?
Foundation,
No!
Dictate, Aperon.
No, this is
what roles do they play?
I want to see how pretty this
Why
is.
does the storm fall when history trembles? Why doesn't the storm fall into the misty land? What is the ingredient of asymmetrical nuclide R?
That's a lot of questions. All the clues from the past are gathering here. Points make lines, lines make planes, and planes make— oh my god! Planes form into a net.
The world
Huge
is a dark underground labyrinth.
into a net. The huge net of mysteries.
But Numa can guide us to go beyond all things and reach the exit. Verdun, can you see it?
Oh? Oh shit. Oh. What's happening? Oh. What's up?
It's burning.
Huh? Wait, is this the stone bangle that's still... You get in line one by one. Is the stone bangle acting up? The stone bangle on the wrist becomes scalding again. Oh shit. The tranquil kingdom of truth disappears, replaced with endless chaos.
What's going on?
Yeah, what is going on? Yeah, cause like...
Is somebody fighting with the Manus now?
Maybe.
What's happening outside the cave?
Oh. Or is...
Verdun, why are you straying?
Huh?
The meditation goes beyond control. You will be thrown out of here.
Uh-oh.
This would be a foolish mistake. The repair on this is...
Uh-oh. Oh shit. What's happening? Go for it. Suddenly a voice comes out into the mine, like strong wind blowing. Oh
No man
shit.
shall bravest the storm and live.
That... Arcana has this...
Thee.
Arcana has this uncanny beauty to her. Holy shit. Arcana, what the fuck? Thank god though. But like every time I see Arcana like on screen though, it's like she has this uncanny beauty to her though, where it's like she's really pretty, but like at the same time there's like something that's missing in her that makes her human, I guess. That makes her familiar. There's something missing. She's in that valley of uncanny. That uncanny valley though, and like holy shit. That is including you. Storm and live. Yet here Verdun is being a complete anomaly to what Arcana... Huh. And what are we staring at? What are we looking at?
37! 37!
Oh. 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 Character. Yeah, she can't be a character you can just be down bad. She can't be Kafka. She can't just be Kafka. God damn it. Mommy, but gosh. Yeah, the Arcana can't just be a Kafka though. Although now thinking about it though, Arcana does have quite a few similarities with Kafka and like and how they like sort of operate. All the heavenly images have gone. In the depths of the freezing cave, the Manus prawn pawns are violently knocking their heads against the walls. That's a very large pebble. Bijou hits a stir. A very large pebble. Oh my god. But their feet. 37 is lying unconsciously, yet muttering incomprehensible words. Yo, hi Fat, how are you doing? Fat Ilza here, how are you doing? It's good seeing you here again. How have you been? The soul stone statue is still in the cave, looking down upon them indifferently.
What happened? Were all those illusions?
Were they? What's up with them?
If it weren't for the heat of the stone bangle that wakes me up, would I go as crazy as they did?
Huh. Were they?
This stone reminds me of the spinning wheel.
How so? Luckily, the leather box is still there. Oh yeah, she still has this thing that can test for the thing. The asymmetrical nuclear. There we go. Audible dang it from the stone. Just like dang it.
The collector of asymmetric nuclei are. If the reagent turns gold after reacting with the fog here, that means the fog contains elements that can be immune to the storm.
Oh. Or it's here to collect tax. Oh my god. Oh my, this hasn't happened before. Hint of gold forms in the glass too.
The color changed faster than I thought.
So it's very dense in this thing then.
The concentration of R is hundreds of times, no, thousands of times higher than in the Manus' masks.
Damn, so this is just like, that's probably pretty damn close to like the pure content of the thing then.
In other words, whoever owns this cave can produce the protective equipment of the storm in big numbers.
So they're literally making like the pure thing of it then, wow.
Is that the reason why Arcana is here?
37 rolls over in her sleep. Girl is knocked out.
Oh, Mother. Our model. Has it failed? Has it failed?
The fact that the moment she says, "Oh, mother," my initial thought was, so you have a mother. Just like, I'm too deep into that. I am fucking cooked. I'm cooked. If that's the first thing I think. No. But like, poor girl's dreaming. She's dreaming of something.
I need to take 37 out of here.
Ooh. Oh. Alright, more insane pawns are charging out from the shadows, blocking their way.
So the Abraxas were people from the Manors.
Oh.
The fog here can affect people's minds, like those around the lake in my suitcase.
Hold up my wrist. The stone bangle is incredibly heated. You're right.
Have the Manors found a way to launch attacks without being punished by the bangle?
Have they?
Or don't they care about the price they will be paying anymore?
Did they find some... They definitely found some sort of loophole, though. Where it's not them directly who are fighting. The danger is close. One must act now.
I hope Regulus didn't throw my words to the wind.
Hopefully.
I have to get rid of them first, and go out to join the others.
Alright. Fight? Yep. Alright. Alright though, so... Oh, that's quite a few of them. Within 10 stages, how much HP do they have? Never mind, not somewhat reasonable HP. These are all reasonable, but in 10 turns. Okay.
Join with us, comrades.
Oh, whoa. We're small.
The peace agreement no longer works. Or is it safe as long as the contracting
It shows
has no intention to
violence.
fight?
Or is it safe as long as the contract?
The conditions are not clear.
I mean, based off of all the things that have been said before, as of now, though, is it the fact that they clearly aren't thinking about actively attacking. However, we are still, our minds are still intact. So, our minds are still intact, so we can make the conscious choice to fight. However, their minds aren't, therefore they aren't actually fighting, or their mind isn't.
A reckless attack may lead to the punishment of the Bangle. I have to be careful with the method and timing of attacking.
Alright.
I hear something.
Luckily, we can do quite a few of these at once, though, which is really
Whose
nice.
heart is beating so loud? Talking out calms people down.
So long lives this, and this gives power to thee.
Learn from silence.
What causes? What's the condition that's causing? Each round, first character. Because what's causing that, though? I can't fully tell what's causing... Because...
The moment of utterance.
I admire your courage.
I believe in you. My sword shall.
Alright. Let's just
We
try
walk
this.
in long nights.
Because...
Heart here.
Is it the person who acts first, then? Yeah. So, the one... Okay.
Wait. The body is mounting.
I mean, the fact that we only had to defeat one, though.
It turns into a seed.
A seed?
So this is how the Manus fight against the restrictions.
Oh, so their men aren't fighting, but they're controlling little seeds that fight for them?
They sacrifice one man to feed another.
Ah. Can I get info on the seed? Guess not. Alright,
I believe in you.
Then from here...
The moment of silence.
Yeah, because we'll have... From there...
Beating so loud.
I know the
And then...
and this is an alien city.
That's not enough for next turn, though. To have the ult.
Oh?
That's fine. So hello, lurkers. Hope you're... Yeah, thank you to all my lurkers out there, though. Thank you for all tuning in, though. I'm still figuring out how to, do, decent streams, though. But I do appreciate you guys all being here, though. Whether you're talking or not, I appreciate that you guys decide to spend some time with me. Watching me do this. No, and it doesn't matter whether you guys are, it doesn't really matter to me whether you guys are listening to me in the background or if you guys are actively watching, though. It's the fact that you guys are spending time and stuff, just even listening to me, talk and rant and do my little thing. I do appreciate that, though. I do. Alright. How do... I mean, we can probably just sit here.
Benefit from reading.
Yeah.
Sharp pain.
So
Alright.
long lives this,
Go.
and this gives power to thee.
Secrets
I love watching.
always hide in careless words.
I was like, why are you so insistent on referring to me as a bottom, though? That's curious to me. That's very interesting to me,
The
though.
follower has been absorbed by the sea.
So,
Is this some kind of ritual?
Okay. One can see the form of everything.
all of right. Right. 37 is still like asleep. She's like napping on the floor as this fight's taking place.
37? Can you hear me?
Although what she said though,
Mother.
Verton isn't your mother. Or at least I don't think she is. Alright, okay, so from here... I mean, we can prep... Yeah. This, and then...
Depict the world I have never seen.
Okay, we
before.
can do that too, and then... Yeah, because that will be... Yeah, because whoever attacks first, though, will get stunned. Whoever moves first, so that means... So you have a mother! Every time. It's like, she said the M word! She said the M word! Mother! Alright, though. But, I can just do this for now.
Learn from
Yeah.
science.
Each moment, now night.
Can we still go through our turn, please?
To a brighter
Okay,
future.
good. Good. We still go through the turn.
Together, we are furious.
Nice.
The dead followers turned into geometric symbols. Is it because of the cave? So the seed is the form of Manus Vindictae.
Ah.
The forms transcend all matters.
Is 37 trying to like help us from like her dreams or something? Oh. Oh shit. Whoa. Oh. What is you? The first
Things are
one.
not as simple as I thought.
Oh.
I
Hello?
must make a plan and exercise great care.
Alright. So if I do this, will it... I'm curious. I want to test it out, though. I want to test it out. Because I'm not too sure.
My sword sharp.
I just want to test this out,
I
though.
believe in you.
I mean... If I do this, will it stun... Will it stun Villa, though? Takes this form? Wait, huh? Does this boss have, like, 2 forms or something? Or, like, multiple forms? Does it? Or does... Takes this... Does this boss have, like, multiple forms or something?
My sword sharp.
The moment of utterance.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
Time for tongues to speak of truth.
In fact, if you focus on ending...
I know the moon, and this is.
If you focus on ending certain one of the 2 mobs in previous wave, it will have a different face. Oh.
It's called common sense.
The
Actually,
scale
good.
of your soul has tilted.
Ah.
The balance needs to
So it
be
has like
restored.
multiple different faces. So if you target the different enemy, enemy, okay. Also, the precast doesn't... Okay. It goes through the precast, which is good. Alright, so... Actually, that's not really good, though, since if the precast... That's actually not too amazing, though, since the precast... Oh my god, there's so many incantations. There's so many of them. Oh my god. Alright, definitely want to buff this one, though, since... Jesus Christ, some of them have so many. Though. The fact that the precast, though, doesn't do that, though... is kind of a
I hear something.
good and bad thing. Because... I mean, that's fine, I think.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
Yeah, so we do this first. We'll give this 6 for,
I hear something.
buff, debuff, attack.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
Wait, no, that's gonna, yeah, this one won't be won't take effect then, yeah.
This, and this gives power to thee. Lenia sereno intenso ad infinito.
Oh, and he's immune to the thing, okay. He's immune to it. That's nice to know. This guy's immune to it. He moves like a scorpion too. His attacks are like a scorpion's. Okay, so we can...
I will remember the sacrifice.
The moment
from here.
I admire your courage.
To here.
Ears to listen.
Here, and then this.
I have never seen before.
For the good of all.
Benefit from reading.
Is that enough? Hopefully it is. Oh.
Talking out calms
Okay.
people down.
Each moment,
Please be
one
enough.
light.
No, it's not. Damn it. One more turn. Okay, we're fine. We're fine with plenty of turns. Oh my god! I was about to say, why is there so much shit that is like silenced? I was about to say, oh my god.
We are like-minded.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
And then
We should listen
this.
to what people say. For you
Oh
and
my
the
god, though,
rest.
but I was about to say, do I have to like reset everything? Cause it's like there's like so many sealed incantations. Oh my god. Is that enough? Ah, come on! What the hell? It's on like a literal sliver of HP. Well, it's regenerating 200. It's regenerating 3. Yeah, it's regenerating like 300 per turn. So it literally had per attack. It literally had like probably double digit. It literally had like double digits. What the heck?
We share the same dream.
Probably had double digits HP at some point there. All right, but any of this should finish it off though. Any of this should finish it off.
Everyone.
Sempre caro mi fu quest'ermo cole.
Alright. Nice. That's
Form of
really
Manus
interesting.
Vindictae. It's more distorted than I thought.
I mean, it was very complicated though. From what I see, a lot of like normal people's form are like pretty reasonable geometric shapes. But like that one being that complex though. That's a lot of polygons. That's a lot of geometric shapes combined into one.
I will pray
Oh
for
my
you.
god. Oh my god.
Sorry.
The freaking piano like sudden rift though. Oh. Physical labor. Oh, we're out of the cave. With Regulus and Lilia over here. Invaders and black. That which obscures the sea, that which engulfs the clouds, comes heavily. Alright. Is this the final part for chapter 5?
Vertin, finally!
Oh.
The Manus suddenly emerged everywhere like ants. Lilia and I couldn't take them all down.
Oh.
I would have acted sooner if you hadn't told me not to pick fights.
I mean, we specific. A mad pawn roars and jumps on them, but is immediately pulled off and knocked out by Lilia. His limbs twitch horribly, and his body soon shrivels.
Bleen, all they want is to attack, even if their blood will be sucked out.
Oh my
Insane.
god.
Back when we were spying on them, I told Sanetta to screw the peace agreement through the radio. I knew those geometry psychos and the Manus would go mad sooner or later.
Oh.
They were not that crazy when they were solving the math problems. There!
Oh my god, no. It's when they were solving math problems.
What the hell happened down there?
The cave is the key to be immune to the storm. There is a cave on this island, which has the same effect as my suitcase. That's what the Manus are after.
Oh.
What? But...
Yeah, because it has the,
But hasn't she also
nuclear
put on
thing.
the stone bangle? Even if she can break free from that bangle, there is no way she'd let her followers keep carrying out suicide attacks.
I think she would be that kind of person where if you had enough pawns, you can just meat grind your way through all of this. You can just keep feeding soldiers into this fest until you just outnumber everything and just win it through sheer numbers. Is it a really smart tactic? I personally don't think so. It's very it's very costly on resources.
And if she has signed that peace agreement, how will she take the cave from a Byron?
Verton?
Oh, she's waking up. On Verton's back, 37 opens her eyes. She puts a finger and points to the sky. In the eternal and transcendental sky, several dazzling flare stars are lining up.
What's that?
What's what? The sky? The stars? The what? The Hall of Apiron is in deadly silence. Only a visitor is still browsing the classic book.
I'm afraid you have overstayed your welcome, Ms. Arcana.
Oh.
I have to regrettably remind you not to overstep the boundaries, despite the great help you've given to us.
How have they helped Apiron? How are they helping?
I take not thought for needless disputes. But to ask a simple question.
She gently closes the book.
The great philosophers. Ye seek the ancient wisdom, follow the sage's teaching, and pursue the noble virtues. You are separated from the world for thousands of years. And you have not gained the human's understanding, nor have you sought for it.
I mean, they're arcanists.
I find
Why
pleasure
would
in
they?
this allegory of the cave. However, hast this been unto thee? That too led us to the exile in this cave.
Speak English, not Shakespeare, please. Please don't speak in Shakespeare. I don't understand. I don't understand all of this. Ordinary manuscripts was... Oh. Oh shit.
What are they? I've never seen these before.
She's never seen plates before.
Why are they here?
Oh my god.
These things should not appear on this island.
Oh.
No!
Oh. Oh. Did it... The eternal ever-circulating current has been cut off upon the silent sea. A fleet of black is breaking the waves and sailing towards the island. The fuck's happening?
Sanetto, did you bring the humans' army here?
What the? The end? No. That is not the end. That is not the end. Speculators gather on the beach, trying to dig shiny objects from the sand. Those things don't belong to them. Drive them away. What the fuck's happening? What the fuck's happening? What was that? Shit.
I hear something. Whose heart is beating so loud? Don't be so furious.
Alright.
Learn from silence.
Radio waves are everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah, it's only one round of... Okay, so we can finish this pretty quickly.
Of utterance.
I will remember your sacrifice.
I hear something.
Alright.
We walk in long nights.
That is the end. I refuse to believe that is the end.
Agents have guns. It's called common sense. Cheer up.
Alright. That...
The moment of
Whose
silence.
heart is beating so... Shh. I hear something.
The moment of utterance.
Whose heart is beating so
The
loud?
moment of
We
silence.
share the same dream.
Oh.
Talking out.
The
calms
fuck was
people
that
down.
ending though?
Learn
Okay,
from
but seriously though, the
silence.
fuck was that ending? What the fuck was that ending?
For everyone.
How is that like a reasonable ending? The soul that arc. Imagine people itching for more. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck was that? Alright. Wait. Alright. Okay. From
The
here,
moment of utterance.
here, and then
The
here and
moment where
here.
the tongues to
There you
speak
go.
Of truth.
That'll finish it off. Above.
Learn
Nice.
from silence. The
Oh, it
scale
doesn't
of
finish
your
it off.
soul has
Damn it.
tilted. The balance
Not yet.
needs to be restored.
Alright, one more. Bruh. Bruh. Okay, at least
Look at my
Lilia
back.
isn't. At least Lilia isn't silent, though. Lilia's not silent, which is good.
Wanna watch
Smack.
time? Wanna watch the aerial stunts? A little trick.
But I was about to panic, though, if I couldn't do anything for a turn. Alright, they dropped the treasure they found and scatter. Geometric pendant, there it is. That's for, where was it? Here. Wait, this guy's back here again. This sludge guy. Dark narrow cavern with strange echoes stirring within. It demands a token from you and promises a fable in return. It's a poem. Mediator's fate. It was written on the ship downpour. The shore to be battered, worn, and the later surviving north side. Or neutral, but harmonize upon each one before the rain fails. No one understands to solve conflicts. Neutral bystander. Oh. Interchapter. Oh. Oh, it's like a little like. Oh, this is like Sotheby and Matilda are here. Bruh. Come on. That's locked still. Lovely meeting. With a shake of her hand, the little white duck finds the gold crest. What has Matilda gotten herself into? Oh no. The star. I'll go through probably a couple of these chapters, most likely. SPDM library.
Wow. So this is the library in Burton's school.
Oh?
So many people here. They're probably around my age.
Bruh. I can't imagine, like, some people who are, like... I can't imagine, like, some of these people's, like, reactions to... Some of these people's, like, reactions when it's like, oh my god, I need more story, why the fuck are the human military and planes here? And then they just, like, cut to this, and it's like, why are we talking about Sotheby and Matilda? I can't imagine those people and their reaction, though. She's the duck. Really, our pure story and no fighting here. Okay, I mean, I would figure if this is just, like, a little, like, filler intermission. Also, I just noticed there's like this little like bird shape thing in Sotheby's hat. I just noticed that, and like the only reason why I just noticed that now is because I just see how it like morphs with like her live 2D movement though. Yeah, because like the live 2D thing. This is more me being a nerd for a moment, but about live 2D and how it works. But the fact that they're altering this, but they're not considering... They don't have, like, all these individual pieces, which I guess kind of makes sense, as they don't have, like, these individual pieces... These things as, like, individual pieces that make up the total image, though. They just have, like, 1 or 2, like, overarching images. Probably 3, because the hair is completely independent, and some other things. No. Yeah. I mean, I just noticed that now, though, because, like, before, it's most likely that, like, because it's linked to, like, her flower and the rest of her hat, it didn't look like a bird. Like, this doesn't look like a bird right there. That moment, that instance right there did not look like a bird. Gorgeous sap green dress jumps into the library of SPDM. Its owner keeps talking in a sing-song tone, like a chirping goldcrest.
We've also got this many shelves in the library of Sotheby's Manor.
Oh.
Are there any alchemy workshops and potion warehouses here, like in our manor?
Probably. The young lady stands on tiptoe, looking around this place curiously.
Where can I find Miss Buenish? Madame Z told me to come here, but she didn't give any other clues. The people here really need Mr. Teaketler, who is always nice and warm to the guests. Just twist his teapot ear, then he can take you anywhere.
Didn't she bring her own potion kit? Yeah, she did, because there was that time where she turned into, like, the coat hanger. She turned into a coat hanger and was, like... It was, like, panicking all over the place. She brought her own little potion kit. Although I guess the potion kit is sort of destroyed since like the potion itself reacted with like the pot she was like cooking it in.
If not so, placing a luck-a-day potion at the entrance would help as well.
You wanna put a lottery at the entrance?
If I had made it before I came, Miss Buenish and I might have met by now. Or she will just pop up behind me.
Watch that happen.
Are you looking for me?
It actually did happen. Oh my god. Oh.
Oh my word!
Oh. Alright, we got...
Oops.
These two.
Too loud. Where are my manners?
Okay, at least Sotheby knows to be quiet in a library. That's good. Sotheby straightens the wrinkles on her dress and gives out a hand like a real lady.
Oh, nice to meet you. Are you Miss Buenish?
The other girl nods haughtily. Her uniform speaks for herself. It seems to be a historic first meeting for them.
That's fantastic. How did you find me? Did you see me in the Oniromancy? Or through a crystal orb?
Probably the crystal orb.
Either way, it is the great arcanum. I
much greater than that.
Oh.
Look at you, dressed as if you'd just been to a ball. You are as eye-catching as the pigment board on a sketch.
That's certainly a phrase. That's certainly a way to describe Sotheby. Sotheby's clothes. Although she's very... I mean... I guess... Let me see. Yeah, because she's dressed, like, very, like, extravagantly, though, all the time. Even when she's, like, brewing up potions, which... it does make me a little scared.
I saw you the moment I came into the library.
So you're just saying that Sotheby stuck out like a sore thumb without saying she stuck out, without the rudeness of you stuck out like a sore thumb.
A pool. Does the foundation hold balls too?
Probably, or they probably hold like very formal parties
No,
somewhere.
I'm saying...
Classic French. Is every friend of hers to talk this way?
Never mind. Madame Z told me you wanted to look up the materials on the mysterious school that believes in numbers here.
That's right. Miss Mossel told me she will thoroughly check the documents in the Foundation archive. So I'll go through the books in the SPDM library. If we can find anything about that school, we can be of more help to Vertin and her team.
I'm sorry, Miss Sotheby, but I'm afraid the situation is going to disappoint you. While you spend the last hour looking for Ticketler's ear, the kind-hearted monitor assistant already gained valuable access to the library. But I haven't found any records regarding the mysterious school that believes in numbers yet.
Like a bolt out of the blue.
Oh, but Miss Mossel said there are so many books here that they can cover the entire back of a Stronce beast.
I don't know what a Stronce beast is.
That's a bit exaggerated, but she's right. Nevertheless, the librarian was transferred to a more important position years ago due to the storm.
Oh?
Many old books are not yet sorted. Some even went missing in the chaos.
Oh no.
The only relevant materials I could find are the stories of Pythagoras and some books on mathematical theorems. But I don't think they have anything to do with Vertin's issue.
This is the first time I've ever heard anyone pronounce Pythagoras' name as Pythagoras. I always thought it was Pythagoras, like Python. What Matilda sees now is a pair of tear-dimmed eyes. Oh no!
Happens.
Oh no!
I can't do anything to help them.
Please stop being emotional. It doesn't work on this professional member of the Foundation.
She looks away and clears her throat like a grown-up. Oh.
Without field investigation permission, I can't take you out to collect information.
I mean, the fact that they say grown-up instead of adult, though. The fact they say grown-up instead of adult, it really does, like, put in the point that, like... It really does put in the point that, like, this is a very, like, lighthearted, like, intermission, though. This is, like... These are kids talking like grown-ups. No, in Vietnamese, we say Pitago. Eh? Interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
But in fact, there is still another reference room only known to the most outstanding monitor assistant.
Oh?
Hooray!
Inside voice, Sotheby. Inside voice. Other students in the library cast disgruntled glances at them. Inside voice, Sotheby. Inside voices.
Shh, shh, shh. It's a violation to make noises in the library. Please follow me, Miss Sotheby.
This is so far very, very wholesome. Tall shelves. Your pronunciation, Rexer? I mean, I don't know. Like, you already know my situation with Vietnamese. You already know my situation with that language. No. Unfamiliar surroundings. An impossible mission. The girls walk through the shelves like fish swimming through coral.
Thank you so much, Miss Buanish.
I mean, without like the tone indicators, I don't know how to like actually pronounce it though. I don't know how to like properly say it without like the things, without like the little like accent marks or whatever.
You mentioned ball. I haven't heard that word for a very long time. I remember what Mr. Carson, my butler, had taught me. He said, express your gratitude to fair ladies by holding a grand ball. I'll write to my father and ask for a brand new, unsinkable and maneuverable rock and roll park. I'm sure he will gladly say yes.
That's quite a tall request.
Maneuverable rock and roll park?
Matilda's face every time.
We can hold a twist ball on it when Bertin and her team are back.
Please allow me to say no. The monitor assistant of SPDM will never participate in such an inelegant activity.
Who said that that's an inelegant activity? Miss Sotheby's a very elegant lady.
Wait, did you just say Vertin and her team?
Oh? Girl's blushing.
We can talk about the ball later.
What's gotten her all blushy like that? What got Matilda all blushy?
The kind-hearted Matilda Buanish will try her best to help you with the task. But, of course, it's only out of her sense of responsibility, not for some personal reasons.
Uh-huh. Alright. They go faster and faster. Finally, they reach their destination. To patch the fragmented eras in the future, and to store the currently unimportant files and reports. People built this reference room in the shape of a box with gray and white walls. During this awful time, which might last for ages, people call it the footnote of history.
Here we are. The reference room storing unnecessary information. It's a place ignored by most staff.
Why is it called unnecessary information? Information may be necessary in different circumstances. Who's to say they're unnecessary?
Even so, this careful, reliable monitor assistant will not let go of any details.
I need to play through those events where Matilda is the protag. Oh my god. That would be very entertaining to watch though. Matilda has been a very entertaining character. She knocks on the rusty sign haughtily.
I hereby officially appoint you as the Chief Assistant of Monitor Assistant of SPDM. I will take my responsibility and teach you how to become a devoted Foundation member.
Chief Assistant of the Monitor Assistant of SPDM. So you're the assistant of the assistant. That's quite the title. Matilda pulls off the cloth covering the archive cabinet. Dust rises in the air.
Here is your first task. Read through these unsorted old files. All of them.
Oh. So you're putting her to work already. That's okay. The monitor assistant takes the dusty file from the cabinet. The paper inside has already turned yellow.
I have searched all the archived ones. These are the last parts.
Upcoming event rerun is one of them. Oh, so we're having a Matilda event soon. I'll definitely look forward to reading that, though.
Most of them are discarded administrative documents, low-priority materials, and substandard reports written by rookie investigators. By the way, you should know I didn't sort any of them out for you, and they don't necessarily have what you want.
Matilda's so snappy, though. It's kind of funny, though.
Right. Leave them to me. I love reading.
Aww.
You'd better do.
Here's the key. Keep it safe. You can sit on the cushions there when you sort out the files. I don't want your dress to stain the stone bench. I'll go see if I missed any files. Listen, this monitor assistant will test you on your familiarity with these files when she's back.
All right. To be continued? Oh wow, this is long.
Double check completed. Looks like I didn't miss any relevant files.
Wow, this is long. Wow. This has been very long. I mean, this has been very long though. Wow. I feel like this is longer than like the normal story.
Phew, quite a long day. I doubt if that spoiled lady can finish all the materials. She must have been bored and fallen asleep, waiting for her tea kettler in the dream.
That's quite the assumption, Matilda.
It takes much more than dancing at balls to be a Foundation investigator.
I mean, from what we see of Sotheby, she certainly works hard for like what she certainly will work hard for like things she's passionate about though. So I think she'll be fine.
I'll send her back to that teacher when she wakes up.
Just like watch her like completely ace your test though. It's like 7 or 8.
In the end, it will be the kind-hearted Matilda who finishes the task for her. Being a great monitor assistant comes with great responsibility.
Watch Sotheby completely ace all of this though. Again, Matilda gently pushes the door open. This is a fully... Anecdote, this is fully voiced? Yeah, anecdotes are, like, never voiced, though. They just have, like, basic sound effects. No. They have, like, basic sound effects and, like, voice lines, like grunts and stuff like that. No, so yeah. Surprisingly, she is welcomed with an energetic greeting.
Oh! Miss Boanish!
Standing on the ladder, Sotheby gives her a big smile with a stack of files in her hand. The files she didn't finish reading are scattered on the ground, while the others have been well organized in the cabinet.
You didn't fall asleep! Did you sort out these files?
Oh.
Yes, and I love these books in uncommon shapes. There are so many wonderful stories.
No.
I often read books with Sasana when father wasn't at home. We read and read until the red bomb waves woke up the sun. Moreover, these files are much easier than Miss Moisson's reading to us. Here, the gentleman from River Conway tamed a whole group of Avanks. How marvelous is that?
Ain't that something?
Oh, okay.
Isn't that something?
Looks like you meet the basic requirements for being a rookie investigator.
Matilda's gonna try and make it hard for Sotheby, and Sotheby's just gonna be like, yeah, this is easy light work.
Tu es plus ou moins qualifié pour être mon assistante en chef.
English, Matilda. English. Do you speak it? The young lady doesn't pay much attention to the mumbles of the monitor assistant. She is busy announcing her big discovery.
And I also found this interesting report. It tells a lot about the storm and the numbers.
The numbers. The numbers, what do they mean?
Will this be helpful to Burton?
Maybe.
Show it to me.
She takes a pile of yellowed paper from Sotheby. This neat and orderly written report has no beginning or end. Obviously, the author is a meticulous person.
I have to say, it is undoubtedly a violation to submit such a report, but it will be a travesty of the truth and human sense if I cover it up.
Peace, sense, justice. They have always been the creeds in my heart, and are now the reason why I've decided to write down the whole thing.
Writer of the report. Whose voice is this? Whose voice is this?
A long time has passed since the first attack of the most severe crisis in our time. But we are still wondering, what on earth does it mean?
I'm trying to think, whose voice does this match up with? Because...
That was the eve of the millennium, of which no one had any memories, illogically. The next day, time was already reversed to 1996, the moment we opened our eyes.
I'm also like trying to like figure out like any like distinguishable like accents or something.
We walked out of the building made of grey and white marble as usual, hardly aware that the sun
Hydrate. Yep.
was from another time.
Yep, I've been going through like a bottle of water I've had right before the stream though. I've been going through that slowly, so yeah. Alright. But like, is this the voice of a character we already have met, though?
Our survival was unexpected and almost unbelievable in such a calamity which swept the globe. Why did the headquarters of the Foundation survive the reverse? Why couldn't we find our younger selves in the outside world? Did any other region survive it as we did? What was the cause behind this calamity? I didn't know, nor did anyone else. Things remained unclear until time was reversed again. This time, we all witnessed that reign in the 80s.
I'm not sure you don't think so.
These files Vertin needs?
I think so.
Probably. This describes a lot of the characteristics of... It describes a lot of like the characteristics of what the storm does. No, and this also like helps explain like why couldn't we find our younger selves in the outside world though, which is interesting though, because in terms of trying to like solve this through like a timeline standpoint, where would their like birth and how would this timeline flow? That's interesting. She says in a trembling voice, "This monitor assistant, who always claims to have a cool head, has never panicked so much."
It's a report written by someone who witnessed the storm.
Oh. I mean, who has witnessed the storm though? That, out of all the characters we know, who has witnessed the storm? Is this could be Z, it could be could it be Vertin's mom or something? Because based off of the voice here, assuming this voice is the voice of the writer of the report, though, it's a woman who, assumingly, we are assuming this is a woman who wrote this. So, is it Vertin's mom? Is it, Z? Is it Madam Z? Who is it?
And it has recorded the storms before Vertin became the Timekeeper.
So it's probably Vertin's mother? Maybe? I don't know. I'm guessing. I'm kind of guessing, though. Since we've, like... I don't think we've ever... Huh? Huh. Yeah, could be Vertin's mom. Soaked science. After a terribly heavy downpour, it's hard to stay calm. No, I think it's most likely this will be like the last one we'll go through though. This might be the last one we go through.
Before she became the Timekeeper? Whoa. So Vertin wasn't born a Timekeeper?
Oh yeah, because Sotheby wouldn't know that. Sotheby wouldn't know.
She didn't tell you that? Wait, no one is born a timekeeper. It's not an inherited title. Anyway, this report includes the secret chronology only accessible to the core members of the Foundation. You can only check it under the supervision
Burton
of
has
the
a
monitor
mother?
assistant before you become a qualified investigator.
So you have a mother. Why is everything's just a your mother joke? Everything's a your mother joke in reverse. No, everything's a your mother joke. Matilda dusts off the folder carefully.
No matter what the reason is, it shouldn't have been shoved in this dusty room like rubbish. To evaluate its authenticity and risk, the genius Matilda Boiniche will fulfill her duty as the monitor assistant and carry out a thorough inspection of this report. If you agree to this resolution, please nod, Assistant Sotheby.
The speech full of terminologies Sotheby has never heard of. But it doesn't matter. Based on the tone of the speech, she has already decided how to answer.
Yes.
That was 1985. A gloomy, miserable night compared to that peaceful morning in 1996, when we were only bothered by confusion. We didn't expect time to be reversed again, nor did we understand the consequence. Even now, I still remember Paulina's desperate cry. One of her hens was already inside the safe area when she fell at the entrance to the headquarters, and that was the only part of her left to us the next second.
Don't tell me this right here is Paulina's hand. Don't tell me this is Paulina's hand or something.
The only legacies we found were an engagement ring on that hand and her favorite blue polka dot scarf, which we used to wrap her remains in the end.
That is Paulina's hand.
To be honest, I admired those who still remained calm and sympathized with the arcanists on the edge of mental breakdown. It had nothing to do with the 1/4 arcanist blood in my body. It was only the kind of empathy which all mankind would share out of instinct in the face of a hopeless calamity.
1/4 arcanist blood?
We lost many, too many colleagues. In the materials they sent back, we even saw all the horrifying phenomena, such as one's veins turning into electric wires.
Oh, so that's what these are right here. Yeah, because this is like... That's like the plug for, That's like the plug thing for like a landline, right? Landline or like... Or like an Ethernet? No, that's a landline. That's landline. No.
Since then, the storm, a word simply taken from visual observation, has been used to refer to the calamity.
His voice? You think you know? Because I don't recognize this voice.
Of course, we can have a word for the calamity itself. But what words should we use to conclude all the absurdity and panic? Before the storm, we were all familiar with time. It was supposed to be a straight line connecting the past and the future. We followed the line to move forward. We broke free from ignorance. We built civilizations. We developed technologies. We promoted the well-being of mankind. And we improved our living conditions step by step. We were so sure that we were making progress on the right path.
Go to the logs? Yeah? Do you have like a specific like voice line or something? No, is there like a specific voice line when they mention Quarter Arcanist blood? Sympathize. Nothing to do with one.
To be honest, I admired those who still remained calm and sympathized with the Arcanists on the edge of mental breakdown. It had nothing to do with the 1/4 Arcanist blood in my body. It was only the kind of empathy which all mankind would share out of instinct in the face of a hopeless calamity.
Because I'm trying to figure out 1/4 Arcanist blood. I mean, do we know anyone who's 1/4 Arcanist? Do we know anyone like that? Because... Oh, Huban has made a connection. Uh-oh. Huban's made a connection. Uh-oh. It's her. Question mark, hello? Who is her? Is this chapter 6 spoiler or something? Oh, so it is probably chapter 6 spoiler. Shit. Okay. This is probably chapter 6 spoiler? Or is it like a character from a different event?
But then, the path was taken away all of a sudden.
I'm gonna assume it's a chapter 6 character or something. I'm gonna assume.
Time. Our closest old friend, where are you taking us? Back to the 2 most painful war times in the 20th century? The era when no one had ever heard the hiss of steam engines, or the century when mankind was yet to be enlightened?
Or is this... Because I don't know who's talking right here. The painful times in the 20th century. Or when no one has to be enlightened.
So far, mankind has achieved a lot in history. Dynamos, automobiles, flyovers, railways, hospitals, poorhouses. But if it goes on like this, what is the point of all the efforts we have made? Now we are like a shipwreck left on the island of time, witnessing the fall of the whole modern world in the unstoppable tsunami.
Oh.
Even though the Foundation has lost a lot of staff members, they are still doing fine compared to Laplace. My younger brother was a good example. He was the most sensible person I have ever known. On the first day of the second reverse, he told me, in a calm manner,
Brother? A younger brother?
At least we have reaffirmed that Newton was right. There was never an arrow of time in classical mechanics. Neither in relativity nor quantum mechanics.
So she has a brother. So she has a brother. At least... There's never an arrow of time in classical mechanics. Neither in relativity nor quantum. That is... Never an arrow of time. What is...
That means this is absolutely normal. Whether the time goes backwards or forwards, even if it starts spinning around like a tabletop football player. They're not against the law of physics. We can go back in time and give Poincaré a medal of great profit.
Huh? I mean, the things that... In terms of physics terms, in terms of like physics, time is never given like a proper definition though. Time's never given a proper definition. Which... Yeah. yeah, since, like, in the end, time is just a sort of construct that societies have made in order to, like, organize parts of the day. No. Although there's, like, I guess there are different ways to think about it.
He almost fell off the 6th floor due to excessive drinking.
Oh. Oh.
All the perceptions of time and space developed to this day were overthrown. We couldn't find any theories to explain the storm in any existing researches. There could only be two reasons for this situation. Either we've been completely wrong all the time, or we've come to a brand new world. And this new world can never make sense in the way of science, or that of physics. It cannot be verified by an independent third party, and it is impossible to be comprehended through reasoning. Is it true that we have been going the wrong way? Is it true that those once proven wrong by history, those arcanists who claim to possess gnosis, are actually on the right path? In fact, the one who put an end to the chaos was indeed not a human. This thing, I had no idea what it was. It claimed to be a machine which never stops working. It laughed at the limitations of our brains and the metaphysical mistakes we make ceaselessly.
Wait. This silhouette. Let me check something though. Let me check something real quick. Let me check something. This silhouette and all of... Let me check something really quick, because this might be... Is it who I think it is? It fits. It fits. The silhouette fits. Yeah. The lines and shape of the hair, the coat here. Is that... Yeah, because the full silhouette and, like... And this right here is where... Like, the... Is this Lucy? I mean, I have yet to actually hear, Lucy's voice lines, because I mostly want to react to them when when 1.9 comes out. It's a machine. Only conclusion out. It's a machine too.
But it did solve the most urgent issue. A system was built to tackle storm-relevant emergencies after it took charge of Laplace.
Conclusion, I'll say. It's working. Metaphysical. Yeah, because...
The first measure it adopted was contacting all the existing branches of the Foundations at the time to confirm the scale of available manpower. Then it built observation stations all over the globe to find if there were any other regions immune to the storm. After that,
yeah, this right here is Lucy's silhouette.
Responsible for deducing the cause of the storm were established. Even though there were countless disagreements during the research, at least we had taken the first step. I handed in the application to take part in this mission, determined to get rid of the fog in my mind. In 1986, I was assigned to the office in Egypt. All my friends came to the dock to see me off, because we knew it could be the final goodbye. Even though we were equipped with the emergency communication devices issued by Laplace, we were still not clear when the storm would assault us, or where we could hide nearby. What really scared me was not the threat to my life, but the possibility of dying ignorant. Then I boarded the ship to Alexandria from Athens. And that was when I met her.
Her?
Now when I recall it, it was almost impossible to ignore that group of arcanists on the ship. There were about a dozen of them, all in eccentric stitched robes. They were followers of a strange school which mixes arcanum and mathematics. I talked to them. No matter how much that conversation bewilders me now, I was more excited than confused at the time. They also survived the storm in 1996, and they noticed the unusual changes taking place in the world as well. That means I actually met another group of survivors. From the Millennium.
She stops turning the pages.
Wait. A school of arcanists who survived the storm?
Are they referring to... That's... Oh. We got... Who are these? That's... Tower of Babel. Wait, isn't Tower of Babel like... And she families... Huh. That's... I'm gonna have to think about that for a hot minute. Wow, God. All of these... All of that there... There's... Alright. Oh, I'm gonna level up if I grind through this. Alright. I'm gonna level up if I grind through all of that, though. Alright, though, but I think I'm probably gonna cut the stream off right there, though. I'm probably gonna end it there, so... With that being said, let's head over here for a moment. So... Yeah! That was me finishing chapter 5 of Reverse 1999, and also starting that little intermission chapter, though. That little interchapter. Though. But, yeah, though, I have a couple pretty exciting things coming up, though. On Sunday, hopefully, though, now, it's not a complete guarantee yet. Oop. Give me a moment. Alright. No. It's not a complete guarantee yet, but I do have something planned pretty special on Sunday, though, the 25th, though, and hopefully I'll be able to get my friends in on this as well, though. Hopefully I'll be able to, but August 25th is indeed my birthday. Yeah, or at least the day I assigned my birthday, though. Yeah. Yeah, though, it's at least the day I decided to make my birthday, since that's the day that I came here. No, that's the day I arrived here. So I was like, you know what, let's call that my birthday. No, so yeah, hopefully I'll be able to be streaming something pretty special there, though. Hopefully, though, I'm still working with a couple of friends to see if we can get a couple like games going and stuff like that, though. I might reach out to a couple more, though. But yeah, though, that's the plan. That's the hope, though. It's no, I'm not doing a karaoke stream on my birthday, okay? I'm not doing any karaoke stream or anything like that on my birthday, okay? Because I do kind of want to keep it up, though. I do kind of want to keep it up, and like, I'm gonna be honest, though, I always, like, the things that I have a tendency to, like, rewatch some of my VODs every now and then, and like, I'm at the point where like I've gotten used to like listening to myself talking, but like I'll never get used to listening to my own singing. I'll never get used to that though, no matter how many times I listen to my own recording though. So like for that reason and also like copyright stuff, and I want to avoid all of that, I prefer not keeping any like karaoke or music things up though. But like I do want to keep my birthday stream up though. I do want to keep that up. So sadly I'm not doing maybe I'll do like a little karaoke session though. That's like its own little like segment. Maybe I'll do something like that though, where it's like its own little separate stream, so I don't have to like edit and cut things out though when I export it to YouTube for the VOD though. But yeah, though, that's the current plan, though. On Sunday, I'll be able to, like, hopefully stream a couple different things, though. No, but, like, it's still, like, it's still, like, a bit of a work in progress, though. A pretty last-minute work in progress, but, yeah, it's... Hopefully I'll be able to get something going there, though. Hopefully. But with all of that said... normal outro stuff, if you're not already following me, go drop me a follow, and here are the links to pretty much all my socials and stuff like that. There's my Twitter, my Instagram, my YouTube VODs channel, my Discord, Ko-fi, and Throne. Go check those out and support me over there. And of course, thank you for streaming. I'll hopefully be able to keep my usual streaming schedule of streaming every Monday and Friday, although I might try to see if I can do those like earlier streams though, so like midday streams instead of me streaming at at night though, and going up until like 1 a.m. though, because I do want to keep doing like decently long like streams though, like 3-hour streams. I still want to keep doing those though, but like I can't keep staying up too late though because of stuff. No, but yeah, hopefully I'll be able to see you all later. Thank you for tuning in as always, and I'll see you all later then on my next stream. Bye.